How's it going, guys? My name's Adam, and mostly on this channel, I rant about music. Let's get into it. Today, I'm going to essentially be telling you guys how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums that I think you guys need to check out. This isn't really a rant. This is more of a plea for you guys to check this music out. Because honestly, I always try to show my friends music. Generally, I try to show just people music, and not too many people check it out. Just because I will admit, I listen to some odd music, but also I listen to some pretty good music, in my opinion. And I think that a lot of these albums that I'm going to be talking about here have really inspired my music. So I figured, why not tell you guys some albums that you should check out? Yeah, that's simple. I will admit most, if not all of these albums are from a pretty long time ago. They're very obscure. Most of them are obscure. Some of them are a little bit more well-known. Some of them are more popular, but a lot of them, I would say about half of them are a little bit more obscure and not so well-known. Okay, so what is the first album? Well, the first album would be, where is it? Yes, right here. Okay, so the first album would be, shoot, I'm trying to do this as a full screen sort of thing. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. No. That is not what I'm trying to do. There we go. There's the way to get rid of that. Okay, so the first album that I'm going to be talking about is an extremely underrated album. And that is... Oh. Okay, boom. This one right here. This is the album Horizons by Greatest Show on Earth. It was released in 1970. So yeah, this is a very old one, and it did not chart anywhere. I don't think it charted anywhere. It was not popular at all. I will admit, the main reason I first checked out this album was because of this cover. I'm not gonna lie, this cover is kind of fire. Yes, the text is a little bit, it doesn't really fit the rest of the album cover. I feel like if they removed the text, it'd actually be cooler. But anyways, really cool album cover. But that's not the reason I like it. I think that the reason I like this so much is that the songs on here are just awesome. You got something like Sunflower Morning. And so basically there's an organ on it, and it's it's more of a melodic track, but the organ and the vocalist just go so well together. I can play a little snippet of it. I'm guessing this won't be really copyrighted. Let's see. Here we go. Also has a really good drone.
In my space of time.
Okay, let's stop singing, but it's really good.
The question in my...
Also, it constantly changes, so it's not just like this slow sort of melodic track. It goes a little bit faster in some parts. Also true for Real Cool World, though it is a little bit more consistent and it has a little bit more of a melodic track. Feels like it should have been a little bit more popular. I can also play this one too. These are my two favorite ones.
I took a step and I opened my eyes. Lifted my head.
I don't know why, I just really like that vocalist. I'm not being too specific about why I like it or anything like that, but man, the instrumentation is insane. It's very, very technical. You know, I've tried to like play it on the keyboard and stuff, just trying to like, especially Real Cool World, I've tried to play it on the keyboard and it's pretty hard to do. But yeah, it's a really good album. I totally recommend it. If you really just like something with a lot of organ, heavy drums that just really have this like powerful sort of feel, I guess. I really like this album a lot. So, yeah. Also, it has been remastered, so it's not like low quality or anything like that, as you could hopefully tell by the recording of this video. But yeah, so that's what we got for that one. Oh, okay. Anyways, so yeah, that album's really, really good. I totally recommend you guys check that one out. And yeah, I love the album cover. Like I said, the people inside of it, so cool. I'm jealous. Okay, so this is the next one. And this is more of a well-known track, or was, or well-known album, basically. This was also not released in 1960, so I'm not exactly sure why it says that. It was released in 1962. So yeah. This is a really good album. Telstar, The Sounds of Tornadoes. So the reason it's called Telstar is because the Telstar satellite? No, I don't. Is it the satellite? No, it's not a satellite. I forgot. Some sort of space shuttle, essentially. But that's not like the point of it. The point of it is supposed to be the feeling of basically exploring more space. So essentially, it's essentially in 1962 there was this feeling of like hope and this feeling of like desire to explore more than just our current earth and the world and stuff like that. And so this album really just tries to surround that feeling around that time. And so it does that by using all this futuristic spacey instruments that were really unique, and you don't typically hear. I mean, there was nothing like it. It's considered space age pop, but if you listen to other space age pop, it doesn't really sound like it. It more sounds like psychedelic rock, in my opinion. It sounds like a very, very early version of it, but it's really good. So yeah, it's a really great record. I totally recommend you check this out. Telstar was a really, really popular track. I think it was #1 on the Billboard. The other songs, people kind of shrugged off, but in my opinion are basically just as good. And it really gives you that feeling. Like, if you want the feeling of like being in space and the feeling of like hope and just like the feeling of like exploration and stuff like that, like if you want to feel like you want to explore something new, I guess, like it feels like there's more out there, Tornadoes are, I definitely recommend the album a lot. So yeah, definitely check this one out. It's really, really good. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, that album is fantastic. Definitely recommend it. My favorite songs on there are Telstar. Ride in the Wind is a really good one. I really like Globetrotter. So yeah, those are some of the ones that I really, really like. So now we got one that is very unknown, extremely unknown, and it was originally released in 1972. I don't know if that release date's correct on... I need to double check that, but essentially, yeah, 1971. I don't know which one's true. I think... I don't know, honestly. All I know is that it's a really good album. It's a mixture between... Oh, shoot. Don't want to actually play it because I have a feeling this might get copyrighted. I don't know. It was on a label, like a pretty big one, too. I think it was on... Shoot, what label was it? Vertigo? Vertigo? No. Mercury Records? No, I think it was on a bigger... Not exactly sure. But here, I'll show it right now. So yeah, this is a really solid record. Um, and once again, this is more of a spacey sort of record. This is a 24-minute track called Supernova, and it essentially combines like 5 or 6 songs into one. So it doesn't exactly feel like a singular song. It feels like multiple different songs in one, but it all has this sort of a theme about basically an astronaut being lost in space, if I'm correct, which is pretty interesting. But it's a little bit different than something like Telstar because it uses a little bit more traditional instruments. It uses organ, it uses guitar, it uses acoustics, like acoustic guitar as well. It uses some like tape effects and stuff like that, and various different sound effects to make it sound more spacey, but it's in a different way. The rest of the tracks on here are a lot more standard. They are almost like a mixture between pop and prog, sort of. They're really solid though. Really good vocals throughout. Whoever the vocalist is a really talented sort of dude. Also, all of it's remastered, so it just sounds really good when you have it on the headphones. It's loud. And I overall really, really like this record. It's a really solid record. And yeah, I've always loved this record. It was one of the things that really got me into progressive rock. Especially, yeah, Supernova is a really, really good one. And yeah, it's really unknown, this band, by the way. 774 monthly listeners. I literally have more monthly listeners than them, which is crazy because they deserve way more than I deserve, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so that's another one. Sorry that I'm absolutely yapping, but to be fair, you guys are watching this video, so that's your fault. I guess it's my fault for making the video. Okay, so that's besides the point. Let's go on to the next one. And this is the one that actually got me into progressive rock before any other album. This was released in 1978. It was by Jeff Wayne and also Richard Burton. Richard Burton, a lot of people know him as sort of a radio host, I'm pretty sure, in the UK. But he was also on this album, and he would narrate stuff. Basically, he narrates stuff on the album, essentially. It's almost a story. So if you guys know War of the Worlds, it was a book originally, I'm pretty sure, and then it got turned into a movie. But before it was turned to a movie and everything like that, even though maybe there was a movie in also the 1970s or something like that, but it also got turned into a musical. So this is the musical version of War of the Worlds, and it's done really, really well. It almost feels like a movie. Every single track is pretty darn long. Most tracks are around 8 to 10 minutes. But they all tell a story. There's a lot of interludes and stuff like that. There's basically a lot of spoken word parts, but it's really, really well done. And the instrumentation is really excellent throughout this. This was more of a popular record, and I'll just show it right now. This was more of a popular record, actually, in the UK. I think this is the 25th best-selling, or 25th or like 35th or something like that, best-selling album in the UK of all time. So it is a really popular record in the UK, but in the US it's a little bit less known, but it's really, really good. Yeah, once again, another spacey sort of record, because it just feels like these aliens are basically coming down and taking over the world. And so it's like humans versus aliens, essentially. It's pretty cool. It is a little bit nerdy, and it has these little parts where it's like, ooh, or it's like, I'm not going to actually sing it, but it's like, it kind of does these like things where it's like, ooh, la, or like whatever. I don't know. It's pretty funny, though. Yes, I know that was extremely corny. I don't care. Okay. Guys, I don't give a shit. Anyways, so that is a really, really good one. So the last one that I'm going to recommend is from a band that a lot of people know and is very popular because of their hits in the 80s and also in the 70s. But before they had any of their hits, before they were actually almost going to get dropped from the label that they were on at the time, it was Time and a Word, which was the album name. And I'm not going to show the cover, so let me figure out. The cover's a little bit interesting, but just basically it's by the band Yes. And let me show you guys it right here. Yeah, so I'm not going to show the album art because I don't want to get removed from YouTube. But yeah, really, really solid album right here. It's basically pairing Yes with an orchestra. So you've got organs, but not only that, you've got plenty of strings, you've got horns, you've got trumpets, you've just got literally an entire orchestra that was literally hired for this album, which is really awesome. It works really, really well throughout most of these tracks. I would say in the middle part of the track list, it's a little bit weaker. But even so, if you do want to listen to this album or give it a chance, definitely give the first three tracks a chance, and also definitely give this one a chance, Time and a Word, which is the, it's the, track title, essentially, or the title track, sorry. It's really, really solid throughout this entire album. It's a really, really good quality album. And yeah, it was released a long time ago, but it sounds very professional. It's also, you can really feel like in a lot of the songs, there's an extreme amount of panning from left to right. So you will have like the organs and some of the orchestra on one side, and then you'll have the vocals on the other side. Kind of similar to like the Doors, how they did it, sort of like for some of their songs. They have an extreme like left to right sort of panning, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm not making any sense at all, but yeah. So yeah, those are kind of 5 albums that I recommend you guys listen to. I know this was more of just me just trying to convince you to listen to my music, which you guys probably won't do, but I figured why not give it a try, because for some reason people are actually watching these videos somehow and kind of taking it seriously, which is slightly concerning because I'm still not going to take it seriously. So yeah, I'm sorry to all the people all the 2 subscribers who have subscribed, and are expecting very high quality videos, or maybe not, but possibly
Almost
are.
seems like
that's I was clicking on I was seeing if the comments and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of funny, honestly, seeing your guys' comments. I gotta admit, some of these videos are slightly rage bait. Like, I know putting To Pimp a Butterfly's cover and just saying albums that are overrated is slightly rage bait. But I literally think that album's overrated, by the way. So it's not really rage. I mean, it is rage bait to a lot of people, but in my opinion, it's not rage bait because I don't think it's that good of a record. Oops. Hot take. And also that was, God, my voice is just so dry right now. Well, anyways, guys, I am going to do my laundry. It is literally 12:25 p.m. I got work tomorrow, and dude, literally, these customers at T-Mobile are like, I really hope no one from T-Mobile will see this. Some of these customers from T-Mobile, though, are a pain in the ass. Or, like, not a pain in the ass, but they are weird, bruh. They are weird. Really, really weird. Like, I was talking to this dude who was, like, saying this weird-ass shit. And he was, like, 60 years old, but, like, he was saying some... I'm not even going to say what it is because I would get removed from YouTube. So, anyways, yeah. Also, yeah, gotta do my laundry. Definitely gotta do that. I finally bought detergent. I also got apple cider, so I'm probably gonna make that. Don't know why I'm giving you guys my full information. I'm definitely not giving my social security card next. Or maybe I am. You never know. Maybe that's for the next video. Anyways, Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more crappy videos, then subscribe. And that is basically it for my absolute yap session. Goodbye.